Hi everyone, I hope you well. This is CoinsKid. Just going to dive into Bitcoin once again. Thank you for support. Okay, big up the CoinsKid crew. So right now, Bitcoin, it's getting a close at the moment. It's not closed this month out just yet. We've got 3 days and 13 hours left. But like I keep reminding you, if we do get the close below this 20, I would imagine, it's sort of written in the code for Bitcoin here that you're going to head on down to the 55 at some point. That would be a minimal target for me going forward, and might look at some kind of capitulation event here for Bitcoin. But has it happened yet? No. So we always trade on confirmation, don't we? And this is what we do on the channel. I've taught you this much. You get little fake outs, breakouts, shakeouts, or whatever. And the most important time frame here, if you do look at it on the monthly, we've got a high, a low, a high, a low, and we've got a high and a higher high, basically. So you've got this sort of beautiful market structure at the moment where, if we hold this support, we start to reattack this high. And like I said to you so many times, it's so important, this retracement that comes in for Bitcoin, because it gives the game away. Okay, it gives the game away as to whether or not Bitcoin's in a bear market, or is this corrective phase of a bull market some kind of irregular, running flat ABC correction, wave 4 before the final fifth wave of this bull market for Bitcoin. So there's no sort of guarantees as to what it's going to do. So anyone telling you it's going to go down to 20k or 14k is living on hopium, or even people saying it's 100% going to go to 100k, 200k is living on hopium. You have to adhere to market structure, and the whole way here, what we've done is come back to support. Okay, come back to support, and right now, if we hold this support, we're going to start attacking this high. And like I said to you so many times, this scenario here is really important. This will give a game away, because look, just like this, you correct it down here, you start to come back up, making a series of lower highs. You've got price compression over a long period of time in a bear market. Okay, this is corrective. That was corrective, impulsive, corrective. And like I've shown you on the weekly time frame right now, okay, if we hold this monthly 20, all you've done is come back to the 20 and a higher low, and that's bullish. That's bullish market structure on the monthly time frame, which is the most important time frame in my opinion. Okay, now a precursor to a bear market, obviously, and capitulation here is if Bitcoin starts to create a death cross on the weekly time frame, which is not created yet. Granted, we are in a downtrend on the weekly, we're coming down. Okay, we're running some resistance constantly, but potentially just there, like I said to you, you've got some kind of ascending triangle. You start to come up, break resistance, you're out of there, aren't you? We're looking for this retracement to this high for Bitcoin. If we start to get it and we start to roll at this point, come down, fizzle out, there's your bear market, there's your price compression and your capitulation towards the end of the bear right there. Okay, so if anything, this is corrective, and I've shown you this. Okay, we've got 5 waves up like this. Look, this is your low that you put in. You've got 1 wave, 2 wave, 3 wave, 4 wave, and a final 5th wave. And what you're doing right now, this is corrective to this low. So this is a correction. To me at the moment, okay, it looks as though you've come down in 3 waves. Potentially it could turn into a 5th if you lose this low. Okay, you lose this low, I do think you're looking at a 5th wave down, and that might be a capitulation event there for Bitcoin. But there is a potential right now that you're not going to have capitulation, and this is kind of A, B, C correction, corrective wave down of an impulsive wave up. Do you understand that? And right now you're looking to low ball out, and this potentially is wave 1, this is wave 2, and you're looking for a wave 3, a 4 and a 5, which might see a higher high, and then you can see you're in some kind of large ascending triangle looking to coil up and break out eventually, or lose support. Do you understand that? So this is what I teach you in this space. It's all about probabilities, okay, and it's price action, support and resistance. That's all it is. Okay, right now, even if Bitcoin does come back and capitulate, it will offer an amazing opportunity, because historical data shows us that capitulation is a fantastic entry point for Bitcoin. Whenever we do start to capitulate, it's always an amazing entry point. Are we capitulated yet? No. Will we capitulate? Possibly. If we do, fantastic. If not, continue. And we've got this ABC correction coming down to support to this particular low here, and I do think we've found support on the 786. Let me take a look at that again to remind you of where we're retracing to, because this is what you're doing. Okay, you've come down correctively, impulsively, corrective phase of a bull market. Do you understand that? So right now, if we take a look at the fibs, and we'll see where we retrace to just here, you can see we've retraced to this low, and we've actually found support on the 786 just there, coiling up. We've had 1, 2, 3 touches of a 786 right now, and we started to make this high low just there. Look at this wick on the weekly time frame. This is a really, really strong, powerful wick here at the moment, and this is what you see. Look at the wicks down here, the series of support. Look at the support with the wicks. Okay, that's good. You're getting a lot of wicks at the bottom, which shows strength, a lot of buying pressure at the moment. Okay, Now obviously, like I've shown you in multiple videos, you come down and you lose this low, you're going to come down, okay? But are you doing it yet? No. So there's a potential here that you're going to form a beautiful double bottom pattern, some kind of reversal pattern, start to come back up the stairs, and this was a shakeout and a corrective phase of a bull market before we start to come up and make a new high, okay? Just like we did here in the summer, held support, accumulated, and then broke out to the upside and put in a new impulsive break, okay? So this is what you do, you trade on confirmation. Now one precursor to a bear market here and a kind of capitulation event for Bitcoin would be this 20 crossing the 55. If you start to get that, the historical data shows us that Bitcoin tends to capitulate after that event, okay? Now, and that is confirmation of a bear market. But have you got it yet? No. So it's hopium, isn't it? You know, I know it's coming down, the price action's awful, you run into resistance at the 55, but you started to sort of coil up here. You can see the wicks at the bottom, you're getting some kind of strength here. Granted, there's a bit of pressure on the sell side as well, but you're caught in a range at the moment. So for me, you know, one thing that we were looking at here, and I did post this on Twitter as well, you know, historical data shows us as well on the 5-day time frame. You won't believe this. I did do a post yesterday on Twitter because I couldn't get a video out yesterday, but I did do a post on Twitter. This is why you need to follow me on Twitter. I did a post outlining that the 5-day Gaussian channel is really important here, okay? Now you can see we actually closed above this lower level of support right now, okay? I think we were down here when I made the post around about 34k, and it looked like Bitcoin was just going to roll and keep going into oblivion. But I put the post on Twitter saying, look, we need to see the close. We had 17 hours left back above this support of the Gaussian, because if we don't, historical data shows us that if you start to close outside of this, that is a bear market or some kind of, you know, precursor to capitulation down the line, you know. And this is what I'm saying to you right now. If Bitcoin starts to close below this and even makes its way back up like this, because you close down here, historical data shows us, you know, just like if you close on a monthly time frame below the 20 EMA, it shows us that you are looking at some kind of capitulation or potential bear market scenario right there for Bitcoin, okay? So it's sort of hanging on by the edge of its teeth, isn't it? By the skin of its teeth, sorry, is Bitcoin at the moment, you know. And structurally, you've got this kind of high low at the moment on the weekly. If we start to pick up here over the next week and start to, you know, come back into these EMAs, this is not good. This negative cross here on the 5-day time frame, that is not good. You know, we don't want to see that continue, because if you run into that resistance, this is what will make you lose the support of the 5-day Gaussian. I'll show you exactly where that is. The lower level of the Gaussian at the moment sits at 38055. So we've got 4 days, 13 hours left. You know, we've escaped the big tick to a bear and capitulation yesterday, which is unbelievable, you know. And right now we're starting to come back up. We start to close. All you've done is come down to the Gaussian 5-day, and you're coiling up here, okay? And you've got some kind of ascending WW bottom pattern right there on the 5-day time frame, and you're going to break resistance, come back up, hold support, boom, you're getting a breakout. We trace into that high, aren't you? You know, so it's not happened yet. It's hopium, obviously, to retrace, but this is what we're looking for. We're looking for the retracement to the highs, and that's the most important thing. So we start to do something like that, and we start to come back down and retest these lows. Even doing that is really negative market structure, okay? When you start to do something like that, because you're making a series of lower highs, you get your price compression, you get really close to the apex, and then you capitulate towards the end of a bear market right there, okay? So it's hanging on, and you can see you've not lost this low yet, which is really important. And obviously this low right now will give the game away. You lose that low, down you go for Bitcoin, okay? So let's have a look at the 4-hourly time frame and see what we can see for Bitcoin. So just here on the 4-hourly time frame, there was a broadening wedge pattern. I think we've broken out of it, and we've actually fallen back to it as support. So you can see this would have been a fantastic area to put some bids in yesterday as we started to roll over. Okay, and we've rolled over, we've come back down, we've retouched this level here, which is a broadening pattern, which is a reversal pattern like this. You see this broadening wedge? And then you come back up, you've run into resistance, coming back to support. If we can hold this, we're getting caught between the EMAs at the moment. We've got a little breakout here, getting caught between the EMAs. If we can break out, hold them back to support, you will get a retracement to that level just there, which is around about $40,000, okay? And at that point, you might get a little bit of resistance again, start to come back down and create some kind of big W bottom pattern like that on the 4-hourly time frame, an ascending triangle, which is reversal pattern, breakout, see you later, and you've got your reversal, okay? And then this was a low, and this is a higher low, because at the minute, like I said to you, coming up, there's your high, there's your low. You start to come, you're making higher lows, high structure basically, and you're beginning to break out. And this was your low in this bull market for Bitcoin. So that's basically Bitcoin. Hope you enjoyed that update. Stay healthy, stay strong. But what we're looking at right now, if I drop on the daily time frame again, potentially just here, if we can pick up. I mean, these wicks show strength. You see this wick? Shows strength. See that wick? Shows strength, buying pressure. So we could begin a sort of V-shaped recovery like that, coming back up and, you know, do something very, very similar. Start to V-shape up here like that, run into resistance, come back up, you know, attack that high, because I do think that once you come up, and it is a big if as well, it is a big if, okay? Once you come up, and if you break that high, I'm going to show you all your targets just there for Bitcoin, from there to there. You'll be looking at 1618 at 54890, and that could be an amazing opportunity from here right now. You could be looking at a whopping 43% upside for Bitcoin. But it's really important, you know, if Bitcoin comes up and breaks these levels of resistance and takes out that high at 45899, sorry, you know, in this kind of powerful recovery that we've got on the cards here, which is this ILO structure, we start to come up right now, get back through the EMAs, hold on back test for support, you start to come up. It's really important what Bitcoin does there, okay, because if it starts to roll and comes back down and retest these lows, that's negative. That's negative. That's your bear market structure right there. Have we got bear market structure? No, we've got an ABC structure with an impulsive breakout to the upside, and we're looking to hold support at these high lows right now. Okay, so that's basically Bitcoin. If we do capitulate, if it's all about that low, if we do lose that low, down we go. But are we doing it? No, we're holding structure, we're holding support. Look at the strength. Take care, everyone. Back soon, another update on Bitcoin. Stay healthy, stay strong, stay tuned. Hope you understand that update. Bye bye.